The Battle of Kursk, fought in July of 1943, was one of the most significant and decisive engagements of World War II. Taking place in Western Russia, it marked the last major German offensive on the Eastern Front. The battle not only resulted in a decisive Soviet victory, but also solidified the Red Army's strategic initiative for the remainder of the war. The German offensive began on the 5th of July 1943 with a massive armored and air assault. The German army committed hundreds of thousands of troops and thousands of tanks, including their latest Panther and Tiger tanks, in an attempt to break through the Soviet defenses. However, the Soviets had anticipated these attacks and reinforced their positions with multiple defensive lines. Among the many duels fought in the fields of the Soviet Union, one of the most significant was the first encounter between the German Ferdinand heavy tank destroyer and the Soviet SU-152 heavy self-propelled Howitzer. This engagement, part of Operation Citadel, marked the beginning of a deadly rivalry between two titanic weapons of the war. The Ferdinand was a formidable tank destroyer designed by Ferdinand Porsche and built on the unused chassis of Ferdinand Porsche's Tiger P project. It boasted an 88mm PaK 43 gun capable of destroying any Allied tank at extreme range. 91 Porsche Tiger chassis were converted from March to May of 1943 at the Nibelungenwerke, the largest and most modern tank factory of Germany. With nearly 200 millimeters of frontal armor, the Ferdinand seemed invulnerable to Soviet weapons. However, it lacked a machine gun for close defense, making it vulnerable to infantry attacks. Facing the Ferdinand was the Soviet SU-152, a self-propelled howitzer based on the Soviet KV-1S heavy tank chassis. Armed with a 152mm ML-20 howitzer, the SU-152 was not originally designed as a tank destroyer, but proved highly effective against heavy German armor, earning the nickname Zveroboy or Beast Slayer. Its massive, high-explosive shells could devastate enemy tanks, even if they did not penetrate outright. The Su-152s were used in independent heavy self-propelled artillery regiments of the Red Army. Initially, each such regiment had 12 howitzers, divided into 3 batteries of 4 vehicles. During the opening days of Operation Citadel, the German forces, including the 653rd and 654th Heavy Tank Destroyer Battalions, deployed Ferdinands to spearhead the northern attack. The battalions included 3 companies of 3 platoons and had 45 heavy tank destroyers. On the 8th of July 1943, a battery of Su-152s from the 1529th Self-Propelled Artillery Regiment encountered a group of Ferdinands advancing towards their positions. Unlike conventional tank battles, this was a contest of firepower and survivability. Love diving deeper into military history? This video is supported by my YouTube members who get exclusive videos weekly, not available anywhere else for their kind support. You can join their ranks easily. Just hit the join button now to get the exclusive videos and much more. Thank you for supporting me. I couldn't be doing it without your help. If you want to know more about Germany's panzer tactics, check out my ebook in the description. The Ferdinands opened fire first, their 88mm guns striking Soviet positions with deadly accuracy. However, as the battle progressed, the SU-152s returned fire. Despite their slow reload time, the 152mm shells inflicted severe damage, with near misses breaking tracks and concussing crew members inside the German vehicles. While the Ferdinand's thick frontal armor was designed to withstand anti-tank shells, the sheer blast force of the SU-152's high explosive shells disabled several vehicles. Even non-penetrating hits could shatter optics and knock out suspensions. As Soviet forces pressed their counterattack, the German Ferdinands lacked the secondary armament, making them vulnerable to Soviet infantry and tank hunting teams. Reports indicate that some Ferdinands were immobilized and later abandoned due to crew losses or damage inflicted by Soviet sappers. By the end of the battle, the Ferdinand had proven its lethality against Soviet armor, but its weaknesses, the poor mobility, lack of defensive armament, and mechanical issues were exposed. Meanwhile, the SU-152 had solidified its reputation as a tank destroyer, showing that sheer firepower could counter even the most heavily armored vehicles. The clash between the Ferdinand and the SU-152 at Kursk was a brutal example of involving tank warfare. It demonstrated that while German engineering prioritized precision and protection, Soviet doctrine emphasized overwhelming firepower and adaptability. The lessons learned from these engagements influenced both sides in their future armored warfare strategies. The Battle of Kursk continued, but the first encounter between these behemoths was a testament to the shifting tides of the war. A war in which brute force and sheer explosive power could rival even the most advanced armor. The battle was not just a military engagement. It was a defining moment in World War II. By effectively halting the German advance and shifting the momentum in favor of the Soviets, it paved the way for the Red Army's westward push toward Germany. The sheer scale and intensity of the battle underscored the brutal nature of the Eastern Front and solidified Kursk's place as one of the most significant battles in military history. From this point forward, Germany was on a path to inevitably defeat. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to support my channel, check out the PayPal donation link in the description or consider becoming a member. To make sure you don't miss my future work, subscribe to my channel please and press the bell notification button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.